Hello, folks. Look what we have here. We have the Grimsoul update 1.3.0. So, we start off by saying Update 1.3.0 is already live. Learn more info and in-game hints from our developer's blog. Enjoy your reading, dear exiles. Now we got a beautiful picture of our horse. That's probably the fully kitted out one. And a new weapon. We'll get to that in a minute. So the horse, the most anticipated part of this update, of course, is the addition of horses. You can find wild horses at the Broken Cart event and tame one by stealthily approaching it. Not everyone will be able to do it from their first attempt. Some horses get scared more easily than others. Oh my god, excuse me. Note that you must first build a stable to tame a horse. The bridle necessary for building the stable can be attained in the last chest of the second level of the dungeon, as well as in the mad chest. So we get the second level of the dungeon on top of that. So we can see the picture approaching a horse. Your horse, just like your character, levels up. It can currently advance 14 levels, but that number will increase in the future. You don't have to do anything too crazy to accumulate horse experience points. Simply feed it oats, ride it, and love it. That means you might have to dedicate one of your garden beds for cereal farming. Oat seeds can be found in 3 skull areas and in the dungeon. And then we kind of see the interface of the game, your inventory list, the horse. We're gonna work towards this. Every 5 levels, your horse will attain a new rank and skin. In total, there are 5 planned ranks: skinny, stately, frisky, hardy, and warhorse. With every new rank, you'll open up new inventory slots for your horse. And that's not all. For example, a hardy horse will be able to take you to distant locations, and you'll be able to ride a warhorse within locations. Oh, yes! We're actually going to be able to use the horse inside the different zones. Oh, I like that. Oh, at least that's our plan. Oh, get me all excited for nothing. Come on, game. However, integrating these mechanics in-game demands a lot more time and resources. That's why we're still working on it, and we'll provide you with more info on those mechanics as soon as we can. Man, now we get a nice picture depicting, maybe I can do this. There we go. Oh, yay. That's not going to show good on the video. Sorry about that. We'll bring it back to this side. So we see the different tiers. Tier 5 being the warhorse. Oh, that's one we'll be able to eventually ride in the different zones. That's going to be awesome. Second part of the update, Forsaken Dungeon. We've opened access to the second level. Now, the most interesting and hardcore experiences can be found there. Additionally, the first level has been made smaller and easier, which will make many players happy. Yes, it does. There are a few enemies in the dungeon second level, or there are fewer enemies in the dungeon second level. However, you'll encounter a couple of new ones: Fanatics and Furious Desecrators. Their name speaks for themselves and hint at what tactics you should use when fighting them. The Fanatic has low health and a large powder keg in his hands, which, upon detonation, deals a serious amount of damage, so wear armor and make sure you keep your distance. The Furious Desecrator looks like a regular Desecrator, but with an odd character flaw. They often go into fits of violence rage. In either case, it's best you pick your tactics carefully. Okay. A Desecrator that will fly into a fit of rage? I'm not sure I want to face that. That's brutal. Then the Fanatic sounds a lot like the explosive zombie in Last Day on Earth. If you guys play that and have done the police station, sounds a lot like that. So maybe check that out in a Last Day on Earth video somewheres. I've got one. You can see that they blow up and do, I think, 400 damage. So, excuse me one second. Sorry about that. So it goes on to say is that you'll also have to be more attentive when going through the dungeon, as the various chambers now have traps. They don't deal much damage, but they stop exiles in their tracks until you make your own escape. Falling into a trap also removes all stealth effects. Now that we've told you about the second level dangers, don't say we didn't warn you. You can't make traps by yourself yet, but this opportunity will appear in the future, in one of the future releases. Of course, a prize awaits you upon completing the dungeon's level. We'll tell you about the new weapon scrolls and other details later. First, we're going to tell you about how to find your way to the second dungeon. You'll have to gain access to the second floor of the dungeon, the Forsaken dungeon, once after... Let me start over. You'll only have to gain access to the second level of the Forsaken dungeon once, after interrogating a Forsaken hermit. Unfortunately, the hermit often blathers about, so you'll have to question him thoroughly. That's where the torture chair will be particularly useful. We've made it easier to assemble, and we've increased the chance of obtaining unique construction elements. Hermits live at 3 skull locations, and look quite similar to their brethren in arms, so be careful when clearing out locations where you might inadvertently kill them. They're unlikely to willingly visit your castle, meaning you'll have to improvise. And then we see the torture chair, and the nice little button to say extract information. Once you've obtained information on getting in, don't hurry to throw out your torture chair. Other hermits might also know something, like the shortest route to the treasure chests, for instance. Oh, that's going to be nice to finally get that and know where to go. Surely you agree, a compass arrow showing you the direction you need to go is pretty convenient. Such an arrow will be available for 72 hours, which is enough for a few dungeon expeditions. Oh, that's a nice dynamic where it's not a one-time use. You got 3 days to use it. And now, the new items. We'll scroll down just a little bit because I want to hide that picture for a second. New items. Such a large-scale update couldn't do without new weapons. The simple crossbow is now craftable, your best friend and ally in the Forsaken dungeon, and much more. The crossbow deals more damage than the simple bow, but it requires reloading after every shot, so make sure it's always loaded before looking for danger. Additionally, seeing as we've doubled the number of ranged weapons, we've also increased the chances of obtaining bowstrings. Nice. And this, look at this. This is the Scythe of Terror. This is the game's first legendary weapon. Its special ability is the chance of scaring your enemy for a few seconds when striking them. The Scythe is obtainable only from the final chest in the dungeon's second level. The next one is the Executioner's Axe, Berserker's choice weapon. The axe's damage doubles when the wielder's health falls below 30. Oh, that's nice. It means we can do more damage while we're almost dead. Not sure I want to chance it, especially for dealing with Desecrators, Knights, all that group. The Durable Spiked Mace, a new type of durable weaponry. Well, that's not the Spiked Mace. That's the Chris. That'll be the next one. So the Spiked Mace, I imagine, would look like the Morningstar in there. The Chris, which is this thing right here, delivers triple damage when used in stealth and is perfect for getting around without being noticed. You can find the new unique weapons in the lower level of the dungeon or in the in-game store's weapons chest. You might also obtain a scroll of control level 2 in the dungeon, which is powerful enough to control stronger enemies, including bears. A few small tweaks. For your convenience, we've added time of day display to the global map. increase the chances of the Night of the Cemetery event. Thank you. New hints and soul marks. And the mysterious chest can now be opened twice in 24 hours. Thank you for your attention, Exiles. Enjoy the game. iOS, sorry. This update will be available in the App Store within 1 to 3 days. I know that part sucks, but that's not Kafir's fault. That is Apple's fault. So, torture chair. New weapon. Oh, that thing looks so beastly. But let me slowly do this. Second level of the dungeon. And the horses. So, now let's quickly pop into my game. Down here. Oh, that's not it. Let's do this. Let's quickly pop in. See if we can't get a... there's everything we need to know again. And see... actually, we'll go take a look at our stable first. Because they do say that we have to be able to complete the stable before... Oh, the ride button. It's there. We can see it. Run. Don't want to walk. Run. Run, my dude. Run, Forrest. Get back home. I do believe I actually need the trough and the bridle. Meaning that tomorrow, on Saturday, we're going to have to try the dungeon again. So, I can't squeak through there. I can squeeze here, though. And this, yeah. So I still need the trough, and I still need the bridle. So until I get that, I'm not really going to be able to ride a horse. So I am going to get on that, making sure that we have all the stuff to do the dungeon tomorrow, and hopefully get the necessary items so that we can move forward. Anyways, folks, I just wanted to bring that up, show you guys the developer blogs, so that you can see what the update information is. It's late at night for me right now, so I really don't have the time to be able to do anything more than this. But tomorrow, I will definitely get on this. So in the meantime, I want to wish you all a great rest of the day, morning or evening, wherever you are. Take care.